Welcome to Hccp Training by IQ Kitchen. Hccp stands for Hazard Analysis and Critical Control Point. Hccp is an internationally recognized preventative system for assuring food safety. The most basic concept underlying Hccp is that of prevention. A hazard analysis is a science-based and systematic process to identify possible dangers to health. A critical control point is a point, step, or procedure at which control can be applied and a food safety hazard can be prevented, eliminated, or reduced to acceptable levels. A Hccp system requires that potential hazards are identified and controlled at specific points in the process. This includes biological, chemical, or physical hazards. Any company can use Hccp to minimize or eliminate food safety hazards in their product. Hccp is based on 7 principles. Principle 1. Conduct a hazard analysis. The application of this principle involves listing the steps in the process and identifying where significant hazards are likely to occur. Principle 2. Identify the critical control points. A critical control point, CCP, is a point, step, or procedure at which control can be applied and a food safety hazard can be prevented, eliminated, or reduced to acceptable levels. Principle 3. Establish critical limits. A critical limit, CL, is the maximum and/or minimum value to which a biological, chemical, or physical parameter must be controlled at a CCP to prevent, eliminate, or reduce to an acceptable level the occurrence of a food safety hazard. Principle 4. Monitor CCP. The Hccp team will describe monitoring procedures for the measurement of the critical limit at each critical control point. Principle 5. Establish corrective action. Corrective actions are the procedures that are followed when a deviation in a critical limit occurs. Also, an investigation must be conducted to determine what caused the deviation and how to prevent recurrence. Principle 6. Verification. Those activities other than monitoring that determine the validity of the Hccp plan and that the system is operating according to the plan. Principle 7. Documentation. A key component of the Hccp plan is recording information that can be used to prove that the food was produced safely. The Hccp system must be built upon a solid foundation of prerequisite programs such as good manufacturing practices, GMPs, and standard operating procedures. They provide the basic environmental and operating conditions that are necessary for the production of safe, wholesome food. These are some examples for GMPs and SOPs. All prerequisite programs should be documented and regularly audited. The development of a Hccp plan is a logical step-by-step process. The 5 preliminary tasks need to be accomplished before the application of the Hccp principles to a specific product and the process are: 1. Assemble the Hccp team. Individuals from areas such as engineering, production, sanitation, quality assurance, and food microbiology who have a working knowledge of the various processing steps and operations in the facility who will be responsible for the Hccp plan. 2. Identify products, foods, processes that must be covered by the Hccp plan. Next, the Hccp team should write a categorization of the types of potentially hazardous foods that are covered. 3. Develop a list of ingredients, materials, equipment, and recipes formulations. Review everything that shows methods and control measures that address the food safety concerns involved. 4. Develop a process flow diagram. The Hccp team will draw a flow diagram that shows all the steps in the production process from receiving through shipping. 5. Verify the process flow diagram. The Hccp team can do this by having an impartial person do a walkthrough of the entire production process, checking to see if there is anything missing from the diagram.